Hey everyone, it's Steven here from Unhappily Now, and today and for the rest of the week I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently here. I recently had a poll on the street team about some things I can do a video for, discuss, and one of those things was getting into the lyrics, the themes, and the song structures to the songs on the self-titled EP. And that is what I'm going to be doing. What's going to be a little different this time is I'm sharing this publicly for all of you out there. Now, as far as having more one-on-one engagement with me about this topic in these videos, you do need to be a member of the street team. I encourage and invite you to join if you're interested. But having said that, that's what I'm going to start with, and I'm going to start with the title track and the band name of Unhappily Ever Now, and just delve into those a little bit more detail for all of you. So, if you look at the bio I have on unhappilyevernow.com, you'll see where my influences are coming from. You'll see that 12 Monkeys, the show, is an important part of this project for me and what I'm doing, exploring the sense of trying to change time, trying to go back and make things different. The fact of the matter is we are here now, and that it's futile to look back. What we need to do is learn from the past, but let time unfold the way it's meant to. Tying that into the themes I explore, though, I'm touching on my observations of society around us the past several years, and also my personal experiences. So, when I get into that, we're talking about the sense of, we're really struggling as a society just to get along with one another, to coexist with one another. And I'm just seeing a lot, and a lot of it is on social media, but I would say it's the technology age in general that, there's just so much political, religious, social, economic divisiveness around us right now, and it's tearing us apart. And there is a lot more to it. I think, just seeing how we're evolving society with taking care of one another, taking care of our communities, taking care of the planet, just all of these things in general, they all come together and are a reflection of who we are and how we are living our lives. And I just see, through this past couple of years, even with the pandemic, things have gotten really rough, and it's a reflection on that. It's also a reflection on the sense of so many of us have lost so much over the past couple of years, especially, but generally speaking, the past several years with, having lost family, friends, pets, colleagues, co-workers, and any number of relationships. Those are all things I've personally been through myself, and there are things I'm witnessing all of you go through as well. I find this is all very relatable. It's something we can relate to each other. We can coexist with each other, understand each other better. And, that's another thing being explored in that song, is just the sense of, why, what's going on with us? Why have we lost our path? Why are we, we've lost our place in time? That ability to get along with each other, to thrive as a society, as a human race. And just it seems like it's devolving worse and worse every year. And if you look through the lyrics, I think I could say I touched on probably the first couple verses so far. But that third verse, just this sense of almost like giving up, of saying, hey, let's just say goodbye already and just let this ending begin. If this is who we are, if this is what we're going to become, this is where we're headed towards our end, then let's just let it end now. And, there's a lot of build up through those verses into that transition with essentially that bridge and that outro to expressing that emotion, all the ways in which we're just failing ourselves, we're failing each other, and that we should do better, we can do better. Building up to that transition of saying, hey, I thought we were better than this, and I'm just seeing that we're lost. So if we're going to just be this way, let's just say goodbye and end it already and just, but, and there's the way I convey that happens in many ways as well, but, just to touch back on some things real quick though, just that sense of us not being able to seem to cooperate anymore, like, and getting back to even the social media aspect of things, that really was a driving force for me with writing this song. I just honestly saw so much divisiveness across the board in so many ways. I'm not going to name names or not make this political or anything. Just the sense of divisiveness we have with each other is astounding to me at this point, and I frankly found it personally very sad and depressing and disheartening how we treat each other. And I can speak to that in a few ways. Like, I'll just use the band page as an example. The level of hatred I've received from people some days is unbelievable. And it's a reflection, I feel, of who we've become. And I see this on so many other Facebook posts, so many other pages, even just groups that are just like, enclosed groups on Facebook, as an example. People just, like, we know nothing about each other, but we're so quick to hate each other. We're so quick to criticize each other, to demean each other, to bring each other down. And where is the hope gone? Where is the positivity gone? Where is the general support gone for each other's just general well-being and happiness? And, speaking for the band page as an example, just the ads and things I put out there just to share my artistic outlet with you. I have been so much personally the past few years, I'm not going to get into all of those details now, but I have lost pets. I have lost family members. I have lost partners and colleagues. I lost my job. I know, and I know a lot of you know, what it's like to feel like you're struggling to survive the past few years. I personally had a neck surgery a few years ago, about 3.5 years ago now, to remove a cyst, and frankly, it impacted my ability to swallow, eat, sing, and talk properly. I still struggle to this day. And I've also had some finger injuries the past few years. The fact that I was able to do what I did with this project is a monumental accomplishment for me. But you know what? People don't care. People just so quick to criticize, to judge the music, the vocals, the lyrics, and frankly, you know what? You got the best of me in that moment that I captured, given all that I have personally been through in this human experience. I'm still struggling to get my speaking and singing voice back to where it could be and take it above and beyond. But you know what? I think I did pretty damn good. And I think a lot of you out there have been through things yourself, have gone through similar struggles or challenges, having lost so many of those things yourself. And you deserve that empathy too. You deserve that sympathy too. And I think it's just ridiculous that there's so many people out there just so quick to hate, to judge, to condemn, to criticize, to bring all of us down. And for what? Why? Why have we become this? Why is this who we are today? Why are we so lost? And just the song, the premise behind the band, all of it, it's all a reflection of that. And the way I sing it, I mean, honestly, I get criticism sometimes about like how I projected that feeling, that intensity. And you know what? It's because it's not about the anger behind those sentiments. It's about that that feeling of hopelessness, of sadness. There's a reason I'm not screaming or sounding all angry on that song. It's because I feel pretty damn sad and upset about what I've been through, what you've been through, and where we are right now, especially in this society. And it's depressing. And, I have the anger inside me. Of course I do. I think a lot of us do when it comes to certain things, and we're struggling in a lot of ways. But it's the sadness that I'm portraying, that sense of hopelessness. And I hope that it comes through in those vocals that I don't even know if I have it in me to belt at that level, because what's the point? Those are the concepts and the emotions, the themes I'm conveying. And the song structure itself is pretty deliberate. Everything I'm doing is very deliberate. So it's bookended with the drum and the bass sound. You notice there's no cymbals, there's no hi-hats, nothing. It's because that feels like we're out of time. The timekeeper's missing. Something's wrong here. And that is what that is supposed to emphasize. It feels off. It feels like something's out of place. A lot of people have a strange reaction to that part of the song, the beginning and the end, sounding that way. And it's supposed to make you uncomfortable. The content is uncomfortable. The sense that we're stuck is uncomfortable. Now, obviously, if you listen to the song, the cymbals, the hi-hats pick up, yes, as it transitions through the different phases. That's kind of where the aggressiveness and the frustration and anger are coming out, because it's trying to restore some kind of order while explaining why we are lost. And that's essentially the build-up the song has throughout. And I've already touched on the topics of essentially the first three verses through the transition, and it's a build-up. But that droning sound of the drum and the bass, just being like dun 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 dun. Just really that should be driving home the feeling that something's off, something's uncomfortable. I feel like we're stuck. Why are we stuck in this sound? Where's the timekeeper? What's going on? It's intended to do all of that and more. And that in effect is the purpose of the song, the purpose of the band. That is why it is the title track. That is why the subsequent songs follow suit with exploring those themes and meanings. And I will get to those with each individual song. But as far as the title track, that's it. That's the thematic, lyric exploration of what's going on there, and the music just follows suit. It builds to the solo section, and that exclamation of like, hey, our place and time feels lost. And that solo is just driving through that to drive that point home. And those last notes vocally being held out, I can't remember how long. I think it's like 18 to 20 seconds now. It's all deliberate. It drives that point home, and then it slams right back into that outro to show like, hey, although I'd like to explore the sense of establishing some kind of order, to have the time, have our place in time be reestablished, here we are, we're still stuck. And that's why it begins and ends that way. And that, in a nutshell, to recap here, all of that, all I just said, is what the song is, what it's about, what the band is about, what I'm trying to explore, why things are being done and written a certain way, explored and expressed a certain way. It's all deliberate. It's all what I want it to be. And frankly, that, at the end of the day, is most important, so that the people who want to hate, they're going to hate. But unfortunately, they're actually proving the point of my song. I would love for everyone to just take the time to get to know me, what I'm trying to do, to cooperate, communicate with one another, myself, everyone else out there. I don't think it needs to be this way. So anytime I see negativity on the internet, on social media, whether it's directed at me or people I know, or if I see it in groups and pages I follow, people are just trying to live their lives. And, it's unfortunate that things have gotten the way they are. And I hope that people find this relatable, find the music and the content relatable, and I hope that, if anything, that alone can bring us all together, to unify us, because we've had enough dividing us the past several years. So I think I'm going to wrap the song description explanation with that. I will be back soon, and I'll be getting into the song Our Time Was Taken, which I co-wrote with Maria V. Again, I explore similar themes, contents, and structures, but those songs will be a little bit different. But having said that, that's all I have for now, and I will see you guys again soon.